Super Lightweight Championship of the World at home, main event of the evening, Romero versus Pitbull Cruz.
You know, Rolly's a good guy. He's a good guy. Actually, I was just telling this story over there, and y'all might beat them to it, but I'm just gonna tell you that in my I've been out here 96, so 28 years being out here in Vegas, and this might sound crazy. Rolly's the only guy that checks on me. The only person that consistently, like, checks on me. Don't want nothing. Just call, hey boss man, just call to see how you and the family doing. You good? Everything good? I didn't want nothing. Just call to check on you. That means a lot to me. You know what I mean? Because this ain't about boxing. This just shows you the human side of, like, things that people don't get a chance to know about fighters as a whole. You know, they just think fighters are just, you know, they're just warriors, but it's like they are human beings. You know, they care about people. That's just their job that they do, go in there and prepare for battle and go through war and, you know, talk all the stuff. But it's like at the end of the day, it's like, so I got a different kind of love for Rolly. You know what I mean? It's like, it's different because, again, it's like, yo, it's like, and not saying that I get love from all my other fighters in a different kind of way. And it's just not who they are as people. Like, everybody know me and Floyd have been super, he checks on me in a different kind of way. You know what I mean? But this guy right here, he just pick up the phone and just randomly, just all the time, just call, hey boss man, I just called just to check on you. You don't want nothing. And it's like, I stop what I'm doing and I'm just like, wow, just, you gotta stop and smell the flowers. Like, yo, because it's like, he's showing me that he appreciates me. Ain't nothing about no fights. Like, when I'm fighting, this, that, or just calling just to check on me as a young man, older guy, you know, somebody that he works with and he cares about. And that goes a long way with me just in life. Like, it just is, because in this brutal sport, we don't find too many people who are compassionate and who show that, you know, and that's a big deal for me.
Rolly, we saw you a couple of weeks ago. I heard you talking kind of about this, where you were saying you interviewed with Marcos Villegas from Fight Hub, and you said that you wouldn't fight any of your friends for any amount of money because you didn't have a lot of friends growing up, so you treasure your relationships and your friendships. Is this kind of indicative of what Leonard is talking about you right now?
Well, to what I say, there's life outside of boxing. Boxing is just a small portion of life. Seems like it's so big because, you know, it's all these cameras and all these lights and all this bullshit, you know? But there's life outside of boxing. There's still family, there's still this, there's still close relationship you build over the years, you know? That has nothing to do with boxing. I'm sure some of you guys have a relationship with people outside the sport where it's like, oh, y'all were out of boxing today. Y'all be like, well, no, I'm still going to hit this person up. It don't matter. I don't care. And like I said, there's life outside of boxing. Boxing is just a small portion, you know?
What is the big portion of your life then, if it's not boxing?
Well, just all the people around me that I interact with. Because those are the people, you know, at the end of it, whether it's family or close friends, or those are all relationships that you got to nurture and grow. You know, you got to water them. If you don't feed them, they don't grow.
And that's true. And I give you another great example. After the Tank fight, we were on the plane together. We sat next to each other, and we literally talked for 5.5 hours.
Yeah, a little long flight.
Yeah, and we talked the entire time. And obviously he was dejected, you know, coming off of his first loss and the magnitude of what it was. And I was just like, yo, like, pick your damn head up. Yo, it's like, you lost to the best motherfucker in the entire world. Okay, you're not going to fight anybody else like him. Nobody's going to be better than him that you ever step in the ring with in this generation right here. So you have nothing to hold your head down about him. You ain't got to say this or that or make no excuses about the better man won on that night. And you will look back on this part is that you shared the ring with greatness, and again, you be thankful for those kind of things because you learn from losses in life, and it don't necessarily mean in the ring. It makes you a better person, and again, it's like he already know. That's why his confidence is where it's at. It's like, yo, it's like Rolly know where he's at. People say all these negative things. You're unorthodox. You're this and that. No, Rolly is Rolly, and Rolly ain't got to change nothing for nobody. He got to change nothing for nobody. Just go in there and be yourself. He's working with the best team, you know. So it's like he just got to go in there and keep doing what he's doing, lining these guys up and knocking them down one by one, and that's what he's gonna do.
A couple more questions, guys.
Any sometimes Rolly still talks about Errol Spence fight like all the way up at 54. What do you think of that, Leonard?
Rolly say whatever he want to say. Rolly just being Rolly. Rolly just being Rolly. That's it.
You think he could be strong all the way up at 54?
If Rolly puts his mind to anything, he can do it. He can do it. And we're not talking about no specific opponents or anything. Is that he put his mind to it, and he can accomplish his goals.
Well, let me ask you something about another fighter on this card. Are you surprised that Tim Tszew's team is already in talks with Crawford's team, and do you think they are overlooking Fundora?
1000%. I think it's one of the most disrespectful things that, you know, that you can kind of do. It's like it's one thing to kind of just talk about something behind the scenes. You know, that's how we work behind the scenes. But to openly be talking about that you're in negotiations with another fighter that ain't got nothing to do with this event, and you got to get through a fighter, and I'm not saying that he can't accomplish what he expects to accomplish in beating Fundora. I'm not saying that. But can you imagine how stupid they're going to look if things don't turn out the way that they think it's going to turn out? You know, you never put yourselves in a situation like that. That's why I always tell anybody that I'm working with, focus on what's in front of you. And Floyd always told me this. He says that if you don't focus on what's in front of you and you get to moving too fast, you fall and you trip up. You fall and you trip up. And that's how the easiest way for that to happen is to overlook someone. Because you know that Pitbull Cruz is coming. He's got to fight the fight of his life. He talking that talk that, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, but he know what he up against. He know what he up against. And at the end of the day, he know that he's gonna have to come get it. And it's up to Rolly to deny him that. We know that he's coming one way. He's coming head on one way. And it's up to Rolly to make him change his mind and to have him going in a different direction.